You came along and made me a slave. Now I'm craving things that I should crave. What did I see first you playing? What did I see then you saying? That queer melody. Well, what did I see? What did I see then you singing? What did I see then you swinging? That funny old tune will drive me to ruin. You came along and made me a slave. Now I'm craving things that I should crave. You came along and made me a slave. Now I'm craving things that I should crave.
Whoa! I come back from the bathroom and we're already hype trained. 62% to level 4. Thanks everyone. Welcome to another Mega Wealth Ridiculousness stream. I hope you're having a good one. I hope the beginning of your weekend is going well. Today we're going to be taking a look at all the dumb stuff rich people buy and waste money on. Let's see what I missed. GimpVet, thanks for 4 months, says, yay. Blackwing Hecate, thanks for 16 months of tier 3, says 18 months. That's a second sub, baby. Here's to many more. That says 16 months, but I believe you. It might only count the ones at tier 3. So let's go with, Beaverton McNasty. Beaverton McNasty is the name of this sub, baby. Princess Amelia says, Gold Pizza. I had 4 pancakes last Sunday, and I thought they were filling, but gold? Not very nutritious. No, probably not. Blackwing Hecate says, never mind, I had my glasses off and couldn't read. Gaish says, hype train already. Not only that, but we just completed level 4. Very generous today. Neemsor Kolboth, thanks for gifting 5 tier 1 subs. Blackwing Hecate says, just in case anyone hasn't seen, Abby has a new video out. Oh, God. Railcast, thanks for 13 months, says, as a new member of the Satanic Temple, I'd like to just say, Hail Satan. Nice. BD Kappa, thanks for 22 months. Fred Rogers, thank you so much for gifting 5 tier 1 subs to the community. And GimpVet with 45-bit says, I want to hold you in my arms on the couch tightly and fart. I love you, good to see you, kiddo. That's weird, but alright. MMO Addicted says, hey there, Hannah, I'm mostly fine. Trying to get my godson and his mother out of Ukraine, but there are complications. Ooh, my goodness, I hope that gets cleared up. That's really scary. I'm really sorry to hear that. Bumble Homestead with 200 bits says, We were stuck in the house for a couple days here in Texas because of the ice. It was only like an inch of ice, but we don't have any sand trucks. At least the electricity didn't go out. Maybe we should invest in infrastructure, you think? 64% to level 5. Nice. Well, I'm feeling a little better. I've been having hormone issues recently, and today I was finally able to... Oh, my watch needs an update. Download. Anyway, I've been having hormone issues, at least seemingly, and I was able to get in to get a blood test today, so hopefully that'll, get some results from that soon, and they'll be able to adjust my meds, which would be good. Evil Dead guy says, play this. Okay. Let's see what it is. I don't care about anime! No. Yo80 says, I don't like annoying strangers on the interwebs, but man, I'm, in pain after my 6-year relationship ended. Thank you so much for your content and it cheering me up every time. I'm sorry to hear that, but things heal over time. 69% to level 5. Nice. That looked like manga. The title said anime, but yes, it was manga. At least it looked like manga. Oh, we have so many stupid things to look at today. Why do rich people spend their money on such dumb shit? Blackwing Hecate says wood with 45 bits. Hydrate. Blackwing Hecate said just hopped in to say hi, going to see a movie. Catch y'all around. See ya. Gimvet said I thought it would sound funnier. Good try. Leave the comedy to the amateurs. And professionals. Bumble Homestead with 100 bits says nudges train. Ashy Boo says thank you for providing a distraction today. Everything is stressful in so many ways right now for so many people and we could all use some good entertainment. Blackwing Hecate says I mean woof. That makes more sense. Gimvet says, what? Says Lou 45 bits with. MMO Addicted says, you know what I could do without twats on Twitter? Both genuine and not posting bullshit like this or awful tanky hot takes. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm not even gonna... I can see it on this monitor, but I'm not gonna put it on this monitor. That's ridiculous. Who's your friend? Thanks for gifting 10 tier 1 subs to the community. Much appreciated. The sub goal for February is slowly ticking up. I don't know if we're gonna make it. We only have... between today and the 28th, but nonetheless, pretty good this month. The sub counter only counts new subs to people who didn't already have them or haven't had them, I think. That's why it doesn't go up 1-to-1 with the gift subs. Gimpvet says, see, I mixed it up to make it funny. OMG, I give up. F it. Here, just take the bits. Still love you. Well, thanks. Blackwing Hecate says, praise our Father who are in hell. Nema? Oh, it's the opposite of amen. I get it. Okay. 250% to level 5 of the hype train. We did it. Maybe we could watch Worth It episodes with all the overpriced food. Who does these? Perhaps. I would definitely want to pick one that I give a shit about. Burger, maybe? Alright, so that's the end of the intro to the stream. Let's just get into it, shall we? As always, we have a bunch of stupid stuff rich people buy and have wasted money on because they have nothing better to do. And I'm not talking about normal rich. I'm talking about super duper rich. I'm talking about hundreds of millions of dollars, tens of millions of dollars, billions of dollars. The kind of things that people who have more money than any human being should ever have. Cruelty1 says, in this time of ridiculous stress, I'm fine with this classic Zen cringe. Helpful? Also Uncle Roger is an asshole that sees this as a joke. Oh, yikes. Yikerinos. Anyway. No, I'm not putting that up on screen either. All right, let's do the desk first. So, you know, especially those who work from home, but people who work wherever and you have a desk like I do, it's nice to have a desk that you like. It's good to have things that allow for a workflow that's easy for you, that can fit your computer and monitor and whatever other stuff you need, that you can fit drinks on to make sure you're comfortable while you're working. Perhaps that you have like a lamp, like I have a lamp over here. It's not on when I stream, but there's a lamp right here if I can get it on camera. I don't know if I can. Has a little charging, like a charging pad on it so I can charge my headphones. All good. You want to make sure that your working area is someplace that you can see yourself spending a lot of time in, because we do, right? I felt like I broke the bank when I bought this desk. This is a nice wooden desk, like not cheap wood either. It's like solid wood desk. It's not like an IKEA thing. I bought it at an actual furniture store. I found this. I was looking for this. It's really nice. I spent, I believe, $500 on this desk. And this was like an aspirational purchase for me, you know? I had already been doing YouTube for probably 7 years at this point when I bought this desk. And it was a stretch for me to buy this. Like, I bought this on a credit card, and I ended up paying it off. But the point I'm trying to make is, desks I get spending a little bit of money on, because it's somewhere where you spend a lot of time. What's the most you would pay for a desk, chat? Is the answer $100? $500? $1,000? $10,000? $20,000? The end of the bit is this guy spent over $3 million on a desk. The bit is this man claims he spent $3 million on this desk and computer setup. So let's see why this person should not be allowed to make decisions for himself, because he's clearly incompetent.
Hey, I'm Manny Koshman, and today I want to show you my multi-million-dollar desk. So 3 years ago when I bought these really cool carbon fiber chairs, which,
as we all know, it's very important for your chairs to be made of carbon fiber and not normal chair materials, because reasons.
are also a piece of art. They only made 40.
No, I think the chairs are ugly, and don't get me wrong, like, taste is relative, taste is subjective, I understand that, but how much money did he spend on these chairs? He's probably going to tell us, and it's going to blow my mind, because they look like someone who's really into, like, Alienware PCs would love, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, it just feels like something Razer would do if Razer was tailored towards, like, billionaires. They look tacky, is what I'm trying to say. MMO Addicted says, I mean, like, if it was super realistically handcrafted desk seemingly within the souls of the damned, or seemingly writhing with the souls of the damned, I'd pay $50K at most, but the souls have to display the faces of my enemies in a tormented rictus. And Princess Amelia says, these chairs are fantastic, he says, not sitting in one. It's not even the chairs that he sits in. Like, yeah, his chair just looks like a standard computer chair you would get at, like, Staples. My chair looks nicer than his office chair. This was a $100 chair. Princess Amelia says, these... Oh, I read that one, sorry. Oh, is the volume low? Apologies.
Create by Michael Young, a Japanese designer. I post them on Instagram.
What? Whose did I miss? Zeitgeist, thanks for 5 months with Prime. Dr. Gamble says, that's an ugly desk, and Zeitgeist says, here's a real nice chair. Oh god, what's this gonna be? Oh, it's macking me. I can't play it, but I can. Slaughterama, where are your bits that I missed? Gosh damn it. Anti-Pretzel 60-bit says, a good deal chair and computer should run an average of $700 to $1,100. This just looks like an odd-shaped table with game chairs. The PC I get being pretty pricey, but everything else, nah. Let me see. Slaughterama said, hey Hannah, just got fired. Got a phone interview lined up with my local police department for a dispatcher job. Here's to being one of the few left-wing cops, especially in a small town. Good luck. I have a feeling that's not going to go well if you see anything that you feel the need to report. Tucker White says, well, since we're doing lifestyles of the rich and famous, here might be a good video to do. Thanks.
I was excited, and back then I had a glass desk over here, and I'm like, I need to build a desk to complement my chairs. And a guy responded on Instagram, Neil, he goes by this comment, he goes, do you have the balls to do something outrageous? I'm like, something to that effect. I don't remember the exact words. And I responded.
It's always a good idea to follow rich assholes on Twitter and then scam them. Because that seems like what's happening here. Follow, wait for him to say something about his chairs or desk. Oh, you want a desk? I'll charge you $3 million for a really good desk. How much could a banana cost, Michael? $10? That desk looks weak, this design, though. Oh, I don't like that either. And Shishiban says, isn't it good that rich people spend money like that, especially when the stuff isn't actually worth the amount they spend? That means their money gets distributed to more people. The problem is the kind of people that they give money to tend to be also scammers. The person who made this desk isn't some, you know, single parent who needs the money. It's someone else who's a scammer. No, I didn't cover this before.
You have the skills to back up your claim, something like that. So I started from there, and I found out that this guy is super talented. He does all kinds of bespoke and one-off with machinery, CNC machinery, and aluminum and wood. And after a couple of meetings, he found the perfect workshop to make this dream desk for me. And that was Neil Fee in Santa Barbara.
You could probably make this for like $5,000. I'm just saying, like, it's a super villainy looking desk. It's certainly not something you could pick up at a local furniture store, but you could get this at a specialty place for in the thousands, in the single digit thousands, I think. I don't think that's unreasonable. I'm guessing that there's going to be some stupid material in it, like, oh, this is made out of solid meteorite metal or some dumb shit like that, that probably pumped the price up. But like, just that aesthetic for a desk, you could get that for single digit thousands. In this case, thanks for 19 months.
Which built this desk for me. And it was a...
Which in my opinion is still too much for a desk, but you know, at least a personal desk like this.
Great process, lots of fun. We actually took a helicopter all the way from here to Neil Fee Studios in Santa Barbara. And that was quite a, experience. What's cool about this desk, aside from being humongous, is all the work that went into it. This took 8 different designers, and we wanted to build something that looks like a stealth B-2 fighter jet flying. So there was originally a design for a...
Didn't those stealth jets never work right? Rageology says, do you have the balls to do something outrageous? Why do the rich think spending money is something macho? I don't flex on how much money I spend when I go to the shops, right? It's tacky. Gimpvet says, in this guy's defense, named Manny, he came to America with nothing and made himself a billionaire, so I give him a pass. I do not give him a pass. I don't care how you became a billionaire. You don't become a billionaire without fucking over a lot of people.
Wheel right on that tip to hold the weight. And I had to scratch that off, and I told him I wanted to look like it's flying. Plus, I didn't want people to hit their legs and knees into the wheel there, because these chairs, as you can see, they go in really cool because it's so heavy and it's...
You went as far as his taste? I still don't.
So long.
It's a tacky gamer aesthetic. And as we all know, all gamers should be silenced. I say this as a gamer. Dr. Gamble says, you expect me to bargain? No, Mr. Billionaire, I expect you to buy.
So to avoid having it billy from the weight and the length, the company had to commission a carbon fiber tube assembly factory to build a carbon fiber tube on the bottom. So the entire desk is being supported by a carbon fiber that runs through the legs and underneath. So many people, when they walk up to my desk, they think the desk and the chairs were built by the same company. In fact, these were built by a Japanese designer, Michael Young. He built 48 of these worldwide. They're real carbon fiber, really cool. And I think he's fascinated by the Lamborghini Aventador seats, you know, that
I was gonna say, they give me car dealership vibes. They give me tacky car dealership vibes, like they're trying to get me to sign an extended warranty.
the same design and cut of the seats in the Lamborghini. As such, I had to incorporate some Lamborghini elements into my desk design.
Did you? Did you have to? Or was that a choice you made?
And I went with the Aventador exhaust for my drawers in the back. And
Oh my god, it's like a $3 million desk and he can't even keep it clean. Don't get me wrong, my desk is also a mess, but I didn't spend $3 million on it.
you know, this desk has over 3,000 screws. So everything's done by aluminum screws and aluminum. So there's nothing else in there except the carbon fiber that holds us 1,300 pounds of a structure. And it's just amazing. So a lot of engineering went into building this desk, and just like fine hypercars I have. So I really love it. It has 3 cockpits. It has over 40,000 CNC machine cuts. It's all diamond cuts. And you get to see it when you have a lower light. Now you get to see the cuts.
Think how many man hours, hours of labor, design, engineering went into not something that will even go into like mass production so that it can be made, you know, reasonably for a bunch of people, or even unreasonably for a bunch of semi-rich people. All the man hours, time, money, effort that went into something so this asshole can have a desk that he can show his friends who are going to think it's fucking tacky, so he can go, "This is made out of carbon fiber. I got these chairs in Japan." What a fucking waste. Daddy Sume says, "Hello, size queens. Daddy, it was Hiwa and loves all of Uwu because Uwu awa valued and worthy. Also, Daddy, it was perfect and Uwu awa make him feel special. I'm going to vomit."
With the lower light, and as you move around, you'll see the cockpits. You got the main cockpit here, and 2 other cockpits right here.
There's not. You have lumps in your desk. They're not cockpits. You put lumps in your desk intentionally.
And
Have bits for reading that shit? Thank you. Rachology says, "My girlfriend just said that's a lot of money he spent for a low poly looking desk," right?
just magnificent. This desk really inspires me every day.
Inspires you to do what?
And it's just huge, massive. So I've had this desk for almost 3 years.
Daddy Sume says, "Vomit on me, wooed." Tucker White says, "Let us time people out again, Hannah. Daddy Sume deserves it." He does. But no, that was getting out of hand.
And I never get tired of it. It's so unique, and it's a piece of art, just like my cars. And it's funny that it could be worth more than some of my cars in my fleet. Only problem is,
How do you not see a problem with that? How do you spend more money on a desk than you buy on luxury vehicles and you don't think, I might have a problem? I might have some sort of addiction to spending money and accruing wealth on things that I don't need. Couldn't I use this money to directly help people? Nah, fuck it. Ugly gamer desk.
if I sell my
Psychotropic Thunder says, "Hats off. All right, what do you want me to wear?"
building, I'm probably gonna have to mark up the price by a couple of $1,000,000 because I'm not moving this desk out of here. It's 1,300 pounds. Just like building a building.
Literally, he's not even gonna take, he spent millions of dollars on this desk and he's not even gonna take it when he fucking moves. This is a mental illness. This much wealth is a goddamn mental illness. Jadora, alright. H-Bird says, "This looks like one of the massive desks from Star Trek Online."
Number of months of designing, and every piece is just like putting a building together. Is connected with the screws, and it's like a big piece of puzzle. Gorgeous. Now the only thing I need is a one-off chair to go with my one-off keyboard, MK edition, and at cost.
Wait, your keyboard, that looks like that looks like the Amazon Choice Bluetooth keyboard I could go buy for 20 bucks. Did you seriously spend money on that? What?
Some iMac, and this is pretty stilty looking too. It's not a one-off, but comment below.
Oh, look at mine. Hold on, let me make sure I can see it on camera. Ooh, look at mine. It's zero latency because it's wired and it has RGB and there's a fucking dragon on it. Ooh, oh shit.
Who can build me a one-off chair to go with my Titan chairs?
I will charge you, you know what? Cheaper than the desk. I'll only charge you $1 million for the chair I'll build you. Sold.
And my B2 stealth bomber disc. So it took 9 guys to bring this in here because you can't come in here with a forklift. It would crack up all my tiles. And it took him a whole day to install it. They had to actually drill to bolt this thing down by 3 10-inch screws on each leg. And I didn't want to see any screws. So part of the design was to hide all the screws that are actually used to bolt this thing down. So if you look on the side, it's nicely hidden by that cover. And I couldn't be happier with this design. This was a tremendous project and one that I'm probably not going to upgrade anytime soon when it comes to my office desk. The best part of this desk, nobody else has it in the world. So just...
If that's your main focus when you decide anything, again, you need a therapist. You shouldn't have spent $3 million on a desk. You should have spent literally any amount of money on therapy. Please get help.
Like my one-off cars, I wanted something that I can
You should turn his desk into an NFT.
Have in between the cars that's also a great piece of art as well as good investment. All right, I hope you enjoyed this segment of my desk and chairs, and make sure you subscribe, comment below. Until next video, I'll catch you later.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm unimpressed. I kind of thought the desk was gonna like open up and there'd be more monitors and stuff. It's not. I have a bigger monitor than him. I have 2 monitors. I have twice the monitors and they're both bigger than his monitor. What is he doing at this desk all day?
God bless.
What an absolute weirdo. Waste of money, waste of resources, absolute dog shit. Anyway, that's a guy who wasted a bunch of money on a desk. Fun. Wonder if he has any other stuff on his channel. He probably seems like the type of person that flaunts his wealth. Ooh, conspicuous consumption. Yeah, look at how many cars he has. Good God. What an ass. Alright, moving on. Gayesh says, he's not using all that desk space. What's the point? To flaunt. To be like, look at how much desk I have. There's no reason. Let me check something real quick and then we'll look at the most expensive restaurants in the world.
Expensive meals money can buy. You, me, the rich, the poor, everybody's got to eat. But, of course, some people take even eating to the extreme.
Meaning they have more money than they know what to do with, and therefore they need to spend time seeking out conspicuous consumption to justify their massive hoarding of wealth. Genius. Guyish says, oh, nope, I read that one,
Today's
sorry.
video, I'll be taking you on a culinary tour of the most expensive meals money can buy. I recommend you not watch this video on an empty stomach, as it may result in an empty wallet as well. So, let's get into it. Here are the 10 most expensive meals and the restaurants they come from. Number 10, Massa, New York. Dinner menu price, $595. The first meal on our list comes from Massa in New York City. Massa is a rather upscale sushi restaurant. In fact, it's so upscale that it costs nearly $600 minimum. This cost is simply a base cost for your meal. The half a grand, however, does not include the cost of any drinks you may be enjoying that evening, and neither does it include taxes. So, while $595 is the minimum, it's more likely you'll be spending around $700.
I'm assuming that's per person, too. I'm good. I've had sushi before. Sushi's okay. I got nothing against sushi. I don't think there's any raw fish on the planet that's worth that much money. Tucker White says we should do an entire stream on Dubai. It's basically a city of nothing but rich vanity projects, yeah?
I end up dropping that much money on sushi. I'd be remised if I didn't spend at least $100 on some quality sake. The eating experience lasts all of 2 hours, and you won't be completely
Oh god, they got the gold flake too. The gold foil gold flake thing gets on my nerves in a completely dystopian way. It's like it's self-parody levels of like things that rich people just don't know what to do with themselves, or people who are at least trying to flex at looking like they're rich or feeling rich, whatever it happens to be. Gold foil is not expensive, but they charge a bunch of money for it, so you can feel like, oh, I'm eating gold. It's just absolute asinine. Nick says, I spent nearly that much on bits on you, Hannah, and I think I've gotten more bang for my buck than I ever could at this fucking restaurant. True. You can't eat me, though, so that is a downside.
Control of what you're getting, as the menu at Massa changes daily. Your luxurious dining experience is entirely at the mercy of Master Chef Masayoshi Takayama. Takayama will do his best to take your taste buds on a lavish journey of Japanese cuisine. Ultraviolet,
That's true. Baja can eat me. Each Bird says, you haven't lived until you've pooped gold.
Shanghai. Menu price, $636. At number 9 comes Ultraviolet in Shanghai. Now, while Ultraviolet may have similar roots to its Asian friend in New York, make no mistake, these two restaurants are rather different. The ever-trendy Ultraviolet is a far cry from the traditional style of Massa. Ultraviolet aims to engage all of the senses in the most dramatic fashion. For only $636, you can pay for this multi-sensory experience yourself, but make sure you have some friends.
So, it's dinner and their walls are TVs. I have a TV at home.
With you. At Ultraviolet, there is only one table. The entire dining area is the size of a bedroom. But the limits of the dining experience at Ultraviolet far exceed that of a room. The restaurant offers a 22-course meal, and with each course, the setting changes. This is thanks to the massive screens that serve as walls in the dining room. These screens change settings with each course. While you enjoy fish and chips, you'll be taken into a London rain and will be serenaded by the Beatles. If lobster comes next, then the screens will change to waves crashing into rocks and the sound effects to match. This multi-sensory virtual dining experience is all thanks to the French chef Paul Perret. Perret designed the...
This one feels really pretentious. The other one just felt like, again, conspicuously bougie. This one feels fucking pretentious. This one feels like he went, I'm not just creating meals, I'm creating art.
Concept in 2012, and has since been all the talk of the culinary community. A fitting restaurant for the lively and vibrant city of Shanghai. Burger Brasserie, Las Vegas. The Kobe beef and Maine lobster burger, $777. The next item on our list comes from
I gotta be honest, I've never understood the idea of a Kobe beef burger, and maybe I don't understand that much about cooking. But to my understanding, like, I get a Kobe beef steak, right? Because the idea is that it's like Kobe beef has these, like, striations, is that even the word I'm thinking of fat that sort of streak through the meat, so a solid steak will have, like, it'll just, like, melt in your mouth because of the fat content that is found throughout the steak, right? Never had it. I can't speak to whether or not it's good. But in a burger, you're grinding up the meat? So when you're grinding up, marbling, that's the word, thank you. But in a burger, you're grinding up the meat anyway? So you can just control the fat content of the meat you're grinding up. You can buy fat separate from the lean meat and just control the amount of fat. You don't need actual Kobe beef. If you just want a really fatty burger, you could make that. I don't understand the point. Auntie Pretzel says, I prefer the $20 sushi place up the street. $20, all the sushi you can consume. Nice.
A hamburger bar in a Paris, Las Vegas resort restaurant called Burger Brasserie. This burger bar with a French twist isn't particularly expensive, but they do offer one very expensive item. This very special burger is served with pancetta, goat cheese, seared foie gras, arugula, Maine lobster, and 100-year aged balsamic, paired with a BLT salad. If that's not enough, the meal also comes with a bottle of Rosé Dom Perignon champagne, which usually costs about $200 by itself. So, if you ever end up winning big at Vegas, you might want to consider visiting Burger Brasserie and spending your winnings on a delicious burger. Number 7. Serendipity 3, New York. The Golden Opulent Sundae, $1,000. The 7th meal on the list brings us to 4 digits, and this time in the form of a dessert. For only $1,000, you can find out if Serendipity 3 knows how to make a sundae. If you're wondering how a sundae can be worth $1,000,
Gold. They're gonna put gold or something stupid on
I'll
it.
tell you. In this dish, Tahitian vanilla ice
Yep. Oh, look. We put gold foil in your sundae for no reason, so we can charge you $1,000. Nick says, I'll go to Little Caesars before any of these places. Let's see what gold leaf costs. Gold leaf sheets. Can you get a set at Dorsia? Just laughs into phone. I have to return some videotapes. Let's see. Okay, 24 karat gold leaf booklet. One booklet, which is 25 sheets, is $59. Although you probably need food grade. Let's look at food grade. Food grade. Dr. Gamble says, my dad once went on a business trip to a restaurant in a historical castle. When they bought out the menu, it was all wax displays of the food that could be served. The idea was to the point at what you want, then they made it. Imagining the chef's surprise when my dad and company started eating the wax displays thinking it was the meal. That's funny. Okay, these ones are edible. Edible gold leaf, 24 karat gold for baking paper food grade, 10 sheets for $8. So, they probably put $1 or $2 worth of gold leaf in this sundae and then charge you $1,000 because you're an idiot. This isn't a meal, it's a test of your gullibility.
ice cream, made with Madagascar vanilla bean, is covered in 24 karat gold leaf specialty chocolates, Parisian candied fruits, truffles, caviar, and more. And of course,
Because when I think delicious ice cream, I think, put fish eggs in my ice cream, please.
of course, if you're going to make a sundae with authentic gold toppings, you can't just put it in an ordinary glass bowl. The Golden Opulent Sundae comes in a Baccarat crystal bowl that you can take home as a souvenir. Customers are advised to order this special dessert 48 hours in advance. But if you're ever in New York and you don't want to drop all of that coin, but you're still a bit curious, the restaurant also offers a $99 version. Number 6.
How about no? Nick, thanks for 45 bits, becomes a stream boss. So, I'm guessing the $1,000 version basically exists in order to make people go, well, we can't get the $1,000 version, but we can get the $100 version. Because that's a great deal. It's 10 times cheaper. Auntie Pretzel says, this whole thing makes me think that Nightmare Bitcoin Connie from Cryptoland is narrating and this is a pitch to Crypto Kings.
Sublimotion, Ibiza, dinner price $1,700.
Wonder if they ever sold any of those plots. Actually, we should look. What's the Cryptoland website? Cryptoland. Did they ever sell their second one? Boo! They won't even let me see without installing MetaMask, and I'm not putting that shit on my computer. I'm guessing they haven't sold the second plot, but who knows?
$157. In Ibiza, Spain, Sublimotion is doing something very similar to Ultraviolet. It's a little awkward, considering both restaurants claim to be one of a kind, but that's beside the point.
Oh wow, it's almost like they're both fucking lying.
At Sublimotion, the customer is...
Whatever happened to the one guy? Niall Niami, the property is going up for auction. I tried to look a little bit before this stream. I couldn't find any videos from him, but there are new tours of it that don't involve him, which kind of makes me think he's been removed from the process as much as possible. I'm guessing the banks basically told him, you're making this project look bad, and we need to recoup the money you owe us so you don't get to be involved in the selling of this house anymore. But I haven't heard anything from him specifically.
Treated with a multi-sensory virtual dining experience as well. Some key differences with Sublimotion include the fact that the meal is 15 courses rather than 22. The meal lasts an hour longer, and along with the walls, the table itself also serves as a screen that has projected imagery, a feature not shared over in Shanghai. And of course, one major difference is the price. Sublimotion is about $1,000 more expensive than Ultra.
I think they're both a waste of money, but this one looks better. Could I just point out, in terms of wasting your money on dog shit experiences, this one, the projectors look better. Just saying.
Violet. Chef Paco Ranchero opened the restaurant in the Hard Rock Hotel in Ibiza in 2014, creating a spectacle for...
Because when I think classy meals, I think the Hard Rock Hotel.
The eyes, ears, and taste buds. Music and art go along with the 15-course tasting menu as well. Number 5. Norma's, New York. The zillion-dollar lobster frittata, $2,000. At number 5, we're back in New York City for the third time. This time at Norma's. Norma's isn't an extremely expensive restaurant. A family of 5 could walk out of the place spending less than $200 rather easily. That is, of course, if no one orders the zillion-dollar lobster frittata. Zillion is a bit misleading, as the frittata is just $2,000. Pardon me, just might not be the most appropriate word there. The reason for this insane price is mostly in part due to the Sevruga caviar. For those who can't afford...
I've never had caviar. I want to try it someday. Not obnoxiously expensive caviar, but, you know, whatever the minimum is for decent caviar. Just because I'm curious. I don't know why rich people are obsessed with it.
To pay the extravagant cost, there is a smaller frittata with only 1 ounce of caviar available for just $200. I've been to a multitude of luxurious restaurants in my day, and it still baffles me that fish eggs can be so costly. A measly 64-ounce can of Sevruga caviar would put you under about $17,000. Number 4. Industry Kitchen, New York. 24-karat pizza, $2,000. Don't worry, it only took 6 items to make it to the pizza. And who doesn't love a good pizza with all the classic toppings, like pepperoni, cheese, and various precious metals? Yes, one of the more...
I gotta imagine the gold foil absolutely ruins the flavor, too. So not only are you spending a bunch of money just for the sake of spending money and taking an obnoxious picture for Instagram or whatever, you're also not even getting a pizza that tastes good.
Puzzling sides of luxury is the act...
It's flavorless, doesn't have a texture of any kind. This makes it even worse. What's the point
of eating gold? There really is no benefit to it other than telling your friends about it. But hey, more power to you if you do. Just like...
No, not more power to you. If you do that, fuck you.
The last item on the list that included gold. The 24-karat pizza requires a 2-day advance order. This pizza has Stilton cheese, foie gras, platinum Ossetra caviar, truffles, and 24-karat gold leaves.
I don't want organ meats on my pizza.
To top it off. Huh, blimey. I do hope it tastes good enough to be worth $2,000.
It probably doesn't.
Number 3. Fleur, Las Vegas. Fleur burger, $5,000.
Don't they force feed the geese to make foie gras? Foie gras? I'm not gonna say that properly.
$1,000. We're back
They do? Lovely.
in Vegas at number 3. It seems
Frog
that the
Wah?
Sin City figures
Frog
it's
Wah?
only right to offer burgers worth thousands of dollars at the gambling capital of the world. And at Floor Restaurant, you'll find the most extravagant burger money can buy. There simply isn't another dining establishment in the
Oh, ducks, sorry.
world that can supply a burger that lives up to the caliber of Chef Hubert Keller's $5,000 masterpiece. Keller's Fleur Restaurant is located inside the Mandalay Bay Resort and Casino. Only the most expensive meat is used to flavor this $5,000 burger. The
I like that they didn't even say the best meat. It's just the most expensive meat. Honest Noir says, if I wanted gold on my pizza that badly, I can spend $20 on a bunch of gold leaf and put it on there myself. Wouldn't that be funny? Someone goes to a restaurant like that, orders their own normal pizza at a reasonable price, but brings their own gold leaf and sticks it on there.
The Wagyu beef costs about $100 per pound. Also adding to the high cost are truffles, worth $1,500 per pound. The meal also comes with a bottle of 1995 Chateau Petreux, valued at $2,500. One CNBC journalist claimed the Immaculate Burger was worth every single penny. I'm
Doubt.
sure he didn't pay in pennies, though. Number 2. Renato Viola, Salerno, Italy. Louis VIII Pizza, $10,338.
That's twice what my car cost.
Our runner-up for the most expensive meal in the world is another pizza, this time from its birthplace, in Salerno, Italy. This pie needs an extremely early notice, as the dough alone takes 3 days to prepare. This pizza includes everything you could ask for, and so much more that you didn't even think to ask for, such as mozzarella di bufala, lobster, caviar, and pink Australian salt. All of these toppings are flown in from all different parts of the world. To top
Nick says, gotta love how 10,338 can be, low 8 in elite speak? That doesn't even mean anything.
it off, the feast is served with Remy Martin Cognac Louis VIII and Champagne Krug Clos de Menil 1995. Valued at just under $3,000 itself. Correct me in the comment section if I pronounce that completely wrong. Number 1. The Fortress Resort and Spa, Sri Lanka. The Fortress Stilt Fisherman Indulgence, priced at $14,500.
Oh, Louis 8. Okay, I get it. Louis VIII.
And now, we've reached the end of this delicious journey around the world. Our final stop is Sri Lanka, at the exquisite Fortress Resort and Spa. The dessert is meant to mimic the historic style of Sri Lanka fishermen, in which they perch themselves on wooden beams, planted into the sand beneath shallow water. For only $15,000, this dessert offers balance in its truest form. The dessert features Italian cassata, flavored with Irish cream, and
Everyone who willingly purchases this should immediately be forcibly put into an insane asylum for inpatient treatment. Immediately.
served with a pomegranate and mango compote. The base is a champagne sabayon, adorned with an 80-carat aquamarine stone, placed beneath a handcrafted chocolate stilt fisherman.
We're just putting fucking jewels in your desserts now to jack up the price. Here's a goddamn jewel. What's the purpose? I can buy my jewels separately from my desserts. Speak the Truth says, I like organ meat, liverwurst, blutwurst, etc. I had frogua once in Mexico. Not worth it. It just tasted like a fatter Brunswager, and that was served with fruit.
You could enjoy this wonderful dessert, or you could buy a car. The choice is yours when you've got more money than you know what to do with. Well, all this talk has made your favorite faceless billionaire YouTuber quite hungry. If you had an unlimited budget, let us know in the comment section below what restaurant you would feast at. As always, I'm Mr. Luxury. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Pip pip to doodly doo.
Shishiban says, eat your diamonds or you don't get ice cream. Ugh, I hate this. Absolutely gross. Alright, let's see what else we have on the menu for today. See what I did there, because food. The most expensive cheese? Oh, Lord. Pule.
Donkey cheese. This is pure donkey cheese, the world's most expensive cheese.
It does not look good. Tucker White says, I'm pretty sure if I showed up and ordered this, a guy, gal, non-binary pal from Langley would walk up, pull out a gun, and disappear me. Tube Man with 19 months says, oh yeah, are we making fun of rich idiots today? As always. Daddy Sume says, if I had that much money, I would pay off my bills, put a ton into savings, and live a quiet and kinky life. Well, maybe not quiet, but definitely unassuming and out of the public eye. Yeah.
It is priced at $1,000.
Would I eat this? I'll look at this later. The world's most oh, the maggot cheese? No. I completely draw the line at maggot cheese. Never.
$130 per kilo. It is valued and priced this highly because of the sheer effort that goes into making it. This cheese is made from the milk of Balkan donkeys. It is only produced at the Cesavica Special Nature Reserve in Serbia, where a team of farmers have been milking a herd of more than 200 donkeys. These donkeys are endangered and are taken under special protection.
Endangered donkey cheese? Okay. I hope at least the money is going towards, like, protecting these donkeys. I guess it would probably have to. It's the farmers' livelihoods.
It takes months for them to produce any milk, and when they do, it is hardly a liter a day. But the milk produced is high in protein and has been recognized by the UN as a good alternative for those with allergies to cow's milk.
Nick says, what the F kind of voice is this? Why would you use the echoing TTS for this video?
Donkey milk has low levels of casein, a type of protein that acts as a binding agent in cheese making. Therefore, donkey milk is mixed with portions of goat milk here to make cheese. The pure cheese thus produced is white, dense and rich in flavor. 1 kilo of cheese requires 25 liters of donkey milk. The farm sells only about 6 to 15 kilos of cheese in a year.
At least they're protecting the donkeys, I guess. Still seems like a ridiculous amount of money for that cheese, though. But if someone else was like, here, you want to try this donkey cheese? I'd try donkey cheese, but I would never... Even if I had the money, I couldn't in good conscience spend that much money to buy donkey cheese. Let's take a look at a rich person motorhome. We've looked at yachts, we've looked at houses, we've looked at hotel rooms, but how about something kind of in the middle, a home that you can take wherever you want, on vacation, wherever. A mobile home for the likes of Jeff Bezos.
What's up, everybody? It's Enes here. This week we're in Wilhelmsdorf, Germany, and going to tour this futuristic, luxurious motorhome built by Dembel. The interior of this motorhome is stunning, and on the back we have a full-size garage so you can take your personal car with you anywhere you travel.
I don't know how to bring this up to rich people, but people already bring their cars with them. They tow them with their RVs. You may have seen them on the road, you know, where people drive. Screaming at the radio, thanks for 8 months, or 10 months, says, well, I like the idea of eating the rich. Just look at what they're eating. Nope, let's just... Can't say that. Cannot say that. Moving on.
Now, this model starts around 1 million euros, and the particular motorhome right behind me, with all the upgrades, goes for 1,070,000 euros, which is around $1,250,000. And now, without further ado, let's begin our tour.
Did I hear about the kid that was tracking where Elon Musk's plane would go when he was offered $5,000 to stop and just went LOL no and kept doing it? I think I heard he was offered a Tesla too. That kid is the definition of praxis. Good for that kid. I like the idea of an RV. Like, I don't think I'd actually necessarily do this just because I like amenities and being, you know, at a place with high-speed internet and stuff. But I don't know what RVs will be like in the future, if we even have a future. But, like, I like the idea of, in retirement, being in an RV, and, like, Baja and I traveling around the country, just driving places, stopping at different national parks and stuff. Again, I'm not saying I would do that, because again, I like living in society, but sounds fun sometimes. 74 Quinn says, you probably know this, but truffles are expensive because they're making them incredibly hard to cultivate, or they're mycorrhizal, definitely butchered that, making them incredibly hard to cultivate and also grow underground. Traditionally, it takes trained pigs and their sense of smell to find them. Now dogs are often used. Not all truffles are outrageously expensive, and only shavings are used, as they're also very strongly flavored. Love your amateur mycologist, Stana. Thank you.
So we're gonna start our tour on the exterior, walk around the entire vehicle, then we're gonna take you guys inside. First thing I wanna mention, this motorhome is built on a Mercedes Actros chassis. You have a 12.8-liter engine V12 that gets 530 horsepower, and check this out, Mikey. This vehicle does 11.5 miles per gallon, even though it weighs 26 tons.
That's crazy. What, a Hummer does 8 or 9 miles a gallon, right?
That's right, so impressive. And it's actually 12 meters long, 4 meters tall, 2.5 meters wide, so it's definitely a big vehicle. Now,
no kidding.
If we go around the side, Mikey, I love the contemporary lines. It's just, the motorhome looks so modern. And
Honest Noir says, I'd love to have an RV just so I don't have to pay rent. Lily Love Stuff says, sometimes I like to pretend I'm rich and pretend to shop for luxury homes. Last night, I was an heiress living in a lake house in Italy. And Baja says, can we hire someone to drive the RV for us? Because I'm not confident in my ability to maneuver an RV. We'll have one of our kiddies drive for us. We'll just have to make sure they have a Class C license. Is Class C the right one? I took a shot in the dark for the sake of the joke. I don't know what class of license you need to drive an RV.
Elegant, and we're used to seeing a lot of motorhomes that are a little bit more, let's say, old school, but this is not the case here. And check this out. It's so elevated from the ground. Look at the passenger side here. It's like solid, what, like 6-7 feet up there.
It's like climbing a ladder to get up.
Exactly. But another thing I want to mention, the windshield on this thing is a little bit more shallow. It's almost like a little bit more sporty. Now that we're on the side, another detail I want to mention, it doesn't have side mirrors, it has side cameras. And we're going to show you guys how that works on the interior. Now, going this way, we have the first slide out here that kicks out about 50 centimeters. That's your living room area. And on this side, we have 2 folding chairs, custom designed for this motorhome, where you can store it right here. That's your storage compartment that connects all the way to the other side. And below here, Mikey, we have your hydraulic pumps. And right next to that is your split air conditioning unit for the entire motorhome. Super cool. Now, right in the center, we have this lit up staircase that leads you to the inside. Push of a button, you can actually close the staircase. It flushes nicely with the exterior clad. Above that, you have your door that we're gonna check out in a bit. Now, coming here, if you actually look above the motorhome, we have 4 solar panels, each producing 320 watts. So in total, you get 1,320 watts. And right here, Mikey, you have 200 amp each, in total 800 amp lithium batteries to store all that electricity.
I like that it's solar panels. That's nice. But again, it's like $1 million RV, so I can't imagine you're taking it anywhere you're not close to a power source.
That way you can power all the electronics in this car without having the need to turn on the diesel generator. Now, Mikey, ready? Here's another cool detail I want to point out. When you close this panel here, there's a nice cutout for your keypad, and I cannot show you guys this code, but you can hide away your stairs just like that.
That's sleek.
It is super sleek, right? There you go. Now, Mikey, two more details here. Number one, these rear tires, they have steering as well. That way, when you're turning, the rear tires turn as well to help you with the turning radius of this long vehicle, which is super cool. And above us, we have this motorized retractable awning system with LED lighting on the steel legs, which is super unique. And above that is obviously covered, 6 meters wide, 3.5 meters in depth. And on top of that, you have a secondary motorized.
All right, sure, I want a cat to drive. Oh God, what is this a clip of?
Jinx is the driving cat. The cat who could drive a car. He drives around all over the town. Jinx is the driving cat.
Toonces, the cat who could drive a car.
Don't just look out! He drives around.
Is that a recurring bit on that show? Feels like the kind of thing that's a recurring bit.
Screen here to lower down. That way, let's say you.
I do want to point out, the guy who bought that desk, he could have bought 3 of these RVs instead of the desk he bought. Princess Amelia says, to be honest, while this sounds really expensive, it also sounds legitimately useful, especially when compared to the $3 million desk. I would agree. On a scale of so stupid it's a mental illness to, boy, you should probably be putting more money towards charity, this is closer towards this end than it is this end. At least I can see some utility theoretically in this.
Down below here, and you don't want to get the sun, you can actually avoid it through the shade.
That's pretty cool. That thing is huge. It really sticks out far.
Exactly, and another cool detail, I know too much about this RV now. When the wind gets up to 39 kilometers an hour, it automatically closes up since it doesn't have any supporting legs.
Wow.
Super unique, right?
Yeah.
Why didn't they just give it legs? MH Dark Beast says, the real ultimate RV for rich people. Oh God, what is this? Oh, it's a Goofy movie. Not fucking with Disney.
Now, speaking of unique, this is amazing. This model has a small garage where you can park your smart car, which is incredible. It's also branded with the same color theme like the rest of the motorhome. And it's amazing the fact that you can actually bring your own personal car wherever you travel.
That's always been like my biggest problem with RVs in general, because like usually you're out in like national parks or something, and it's like sometimes you want to drive on a dirt road, but you can't take these big cars.
Or go to grocery shopping.
Exactly, yeah.
And in this case,
again, people tow their cars with RVs. I've seen it multiple times. Daughter of Tiamat with 100 bits says 420.
This motorhome comes with this smart car here as well. This is your garage. It's all clad with stainless steel. You have access to some of your panels here. And check this out, Mikey. The way you park it inside, obviously, currently we have it on the ramp, and they have a tow hook here. And just like that, you pull the car inside and close this
That seems impractical.
hydraulic door.
That's pretty awesome.
Amazing, right? Now, Mikey, let's wrap around and continue our tour. I want to briefly talk about the color palette and kind of like the design elements of this motorhome. They went with this nice simple white color, and that's the signature Danbell red and black combination right there, where we have the glass panels. Over here we have more storage panels and access points. In this case, this is, Mikey, right here is where you have your heating system and access to your valves and plumbing and all that. They used Uponor. Uponor is one of the best in the industry. I wanted to point that out. And if we follow this way, Mikey, we have extra storage compartments, and down below is your 408 kilowatt generator, diesel generator, with a soundproof case there. That way, when it turns on, you don't even hear it inside of the motorhome. And what's cool about this system that they have is every time you need the generator, it turns on automatically. So you don't have to shift the button or turn a switch on. It's just automatically wired that way.
Pretty cool. It's an American import also.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, Mikey, this is the second door where it opens up to the storage unit that we showed earlier. Above that is your secondary slide out. This one is a little bit bigger. It kicks out about 70 centimeters, and that's your kitchen right there. Now lastly, we have the driver's side here. Let's take a quick look. Obviously, we're going to check out on the inside in a bit. I mean, it's up there.
Yeah, it's high. It's really, really cool though.
Overall, I love the exterior design. The whole motorhome looks so contemporary and elegant. It has a young vibe to it. You have a Mercedes chassis. You can't really go wrong with that. And that wraps our tour on the exterior. Now, I want to open the door here. So you have 8 stairs that takes you up, Mikey.
Honest Noir says, this is honestly likely just a concept model. A consumer model would be more customized to fit the owner's wants. Can you really call them needs at this point?
Handrail with LED lighting. You can see the latches, they're heavy duty. And I'll meet you guys inside.
I mean, it's probably a concept, but I imagine if you're rich, you can contact them and get one made to your... No, see, look.
Denbel uses an interior design.
Where did it go? Ooh, their website's down. Maybe it didn't work out. No, but it looks like there's a thing where you can actually go buy it. So.
Firm that specializes in yacht design, and their eye for beautiful finishes, wood-clad details really shows in this interior. Now, the first area I want to cover is right behind me. We have this 50-inch TV, nicely recessed into this wood-clad wall.
Only 50 inches?
And even the ceilings are covered with this exquisite material, mood lighting throughout, and they also have their AC diffusers nicely tucked into these panels. That way you get a nice air distribution throughout the space. Now, I want to cover this section here. This is your living room seating area. You have a built-in seating here with mood lighting underneath. And this is your first slide out, Mikey. You even have some upper cabinets here. Of course, your built-in speakers. It's just a cozy area for you to sit down and watch your TV since it's on a perfect angle. Now, in front of this seating area, we also have this table that's currently positioned as a coffee table, and you can actually make it.
Your living room TV is 55 inches. Mine's 65, so suck it.
Adjust it, turn it this way, and have it as a dining table as well. On top of that,
oh wow,
you can lower it and raise it if you want.
A lot of interesting features in this thing.
Correct. Now, I also forgot to mention this. We have a skylight right in the center, bringing a ton of natural light to the space. They have built-in blackout shades also as well. And Mikey, all the glass in this motorhome is heated. That way, when you're heating the motorhome through floor heating or through your radiators that are on each side, even your skylights or your windows.
Yours is 95 because it's a projector. Jealous.
Those are heated, so you have a nice thermal envelope.
I guess they just do that so like hot air doesn't escape out the windows basically, right?
Exactly, or let's say you're laying down on the bed, you don't have a cold window right next to you.
Makes sense.
Amazing space. Now let's continue our tour. We have these 2 chairs currently turned this direction to your seating area, and obviously when you're cruising, you have it turned the other way around. But more importantly, Mikey, ready? I'm gonna lower it tiny bit. There you go. Normally you would have these chairs leaning back, so you can actually lower this queen size bed all the way down here, and that's your additional sleeping area.
That's pretty cool. So at least 4 people can sleep in here.
Comfortably.
Yeah.
And this section is super cool. They have roof heating here. That way you don't compromise the comfort. Even in this space, you have some built-in reading.
No place we could possibly put a TV bigger than we already have. That's why when we move, we have to buy a house specifically, a place where we can fit a bigger TV, because I need a high dynamic range capable 75-inch or bigger TV, clearly.
Lights, another skylight detail there. Plugs, kind of everything you need. Another cozy
Now I'm the rich asshole.
spot.
Yeah, it's really nice.
And just like that, you tuck it up. Now, Mikey, let's check out the cockpit.
Let's do it.
All right.
Would I consider an in-home theater if I had a lot of money? Yeah.
As we go in here, it's super spacious, and I gotta say this, the cockpit of this motorhome is truly stunning. You have so much space here, and visibility is great. I'm currently sitting in the driver's seat, and my dashboard here with 2 built-in screens. It looks like I'm driving a really nice Mercedes SUV. It doesn't even feel like a motorhome. You have your GPS here, and we mentioned it on the exterior instead of side mirrors.
How about we get a smaller TV?
Obviously.
Never. I would never buy a TV. I would never do that. No. Radiology says, well, my TV is books, so it's as wide as my imagination, about 33 inches. And Lily Love Stuff says, why do I just want to seduce some billionaire's son in this RV?
Your vision is a little bit low
We already have a smaller TV for the bedroom. We have a 55-inch TV in the bedroom.
here since we have
Or a 50-inch, I don't remember which it is. H. Baird says, why spend all that money on TVs when you can just carry an iPad into any room you want? Full disclosure, I'm watching on an iPad. You people disgust me. You have no respect for cinema.
slide outs open right now. And Mikey, look at this. I mean, this is your gear. You have all this extra storage. Obviously, all these seats that we're sitting on, all 4 seats, they are heated, cooled, and massaged.
And don't forget, they're
Hydrate.
also on hydraulics, so
Air suspension.
air suspension, yeah. So it feels like you're floating on these.
I mean, it's amazing. I'm sure it's super fun to drive this thing around, and visibility is great. I don't know. It's like, I'm so impressed with this motorhome.
Yeah.
Now, I want to take everybody back again to the living room area, and right across from the seating setup, we have the kitchen, super modern. You have gloss cabinetry throughout, glass
Big screen
countertops,
bad,
and
little
right here
screen
we have
good.
a Miele
No.
induction cooktop. Above that, you have your tucked-in kitchen vent, and here we have a nice LED channel lighting for the entire kitchen. Upper cabinets above, and Mike, I gotta show you this detail. Of course, these are soft close. Check this out. They have espresso cups branded with Dembel.
It's pretty cool.
All their cups, dishware, everything is actually branded. In fact, I'm going to show more in a bit. Down below the induction cooktop, we have a Miele oven, and ready? Dishwasher drawer.
I feel like that's not common to see.
And you recognize the branding? It's all
Yeah.
made by Dembel.
We're gonna have to push Denbill to give us some souvenirs to take home.
That sounds cool. Now, Mikey, let's check out this detail. This cover plate comes off, and there you go. You have your modern sink there with a pop-up faucet. There you go, nice and sleek. And let's put this cover back on. Another
Why does this RV have more counter space than your actual kitchen in a single-family home? Because the world is fucked.
good detail that I want to mention here also. They have this awning window here that you can open up, give some fresh air, right? I love those aluminum handles. And check this out. You either have bug screen, automatic, or your blackouts.
And that's every opening window on the whole unit, right?
Exactly. Throughout the entire motorhome, everything is motorized.
Yeah.
All the curtains and everything. Now let's check out more cabinets. Down below the sink, we have additional cabinetry here. Everything is nicely compartmentalized. And they even utilize spaces like this one to create extra storage. Now, the last part of this kitchen is right here. This panel door opens up to your fridge. Down below, we have the freezer. And that wraps our tour for the kitchen. We're back at the entry now. This is your main door. And right next to that, we have an additional door opening up this
I'm excited to see the bathroom.
small closet space where you have your
I used to go camping with my family, which I hated because my parents are awful, when I was younger. And it was terrible. We had a camper, and it was the worst. It was just bad. It was disgusting.
control for your AC, generator, and this screen right here
My dad never wanted us to use the toilet in the camper, even though there was a toilet in the camper.
controls the entire motorhome.
Nick says, as long as there aren't any cameras in the
You can use
bathroom.
it for your slide outs, awning system, doors, exteriors. You can control anything from here. Now, following this hallway, we have a coat closet here, and the first door on my right.
Oh my God, look at the
goes into your
bathroom.
Now, like the rest of the motorhome, this bathroom here has some of those yacht finishes with the curved
This bathroom might legitimately be bigger than our, like, master bedroom bathroom in our house.
walls, LED lit mirror, chrome details here with your faucet, nice bowl sink. This toilet right here, Mikey, is also heated. It's motorized. I mean, this is incredible. You have a
Lily Love Stuff says, this bathroom is bigger than all 3 of the bathrooms in my house.
LED lit mirror here for your makeup when you get ready. Heated.
This
towel
toilet
racks
definitely
with
has a
this
bidet.
floating stone back wall, and even the towel has a Dembel branding. Super
As
cool.
old
It has
toilets should.
Has to, right? Mood lighting here, the amount of details, and of course, right behind me, we have the vent on right now. Is your walk-in shower with a massive rain head above. Even your shower head is actually a good size.
Yeah, and it's not small in there either. Go inside.
Let's check it out. You have chrome fixtures here. I mean, it's a good size. And on the back, you actually have shampoo niche here with LED lighting.
Yeah.
I mean, they thought about it, everything. And last part, Mikey, this door right here opens
That was me, MH Dark Beast. I told that story.
up to your closet for your bathroom, and down below you have a washer and dryer, which is something you gotta have. Now, at the end of this hallway, we gotta show this detail. Remedizio mirrored pocketing door. I said mirrored because you can actually see yourself. It's like a nice full-size mirror that closes off your bedroom. Mikey, come on inside. Now, this space is just as cozy as the rest of the motorhome. I love the mood lighting that they have throughout around the bed setup. You have two massive windows on each side bringing natural light. Again, they're heated. And of course, you have your bug screen, automatic shades, blackouts, everything you need. Mikey, just like the yachts that we've been seeing, they have the same stainless steel reveal detail around this window opening that looks exquisite. Behind that, we have the grill for the radiator, nicely hidden behind this wood paneling throughout the room.
Yeah, it's really nice. And you mentioned it was looked like a yacht, but it reminds me of Bintador, a takeaway yacht we put on the channel a while back.
Exactly. Same detail.
Italian yachts. But if you haven't seen it, go check out that video.
Make sure to check it out.
Yeah.
I mean, Mikey, overall great space. I love the bed setup here, so cozy. And behind the bed setup, you actually have all these doors that serves as your cabinetry and your closet space. In fact, the one right in the center is actually deep that goes down a little bit, so you can hang your dresses, pants, clothes, all that good stuff. Wall sconces on each side. We have the nightstand here. Overall, beautiful bedroom setup, nice and cozy. Now, so far we saw the exterior and the interior of this motorhome, and there's actually one more thing left. I think we should take it out on the road and see how it drives.
Let's do it.
So we just took this motorhome for a ride, and I gotta say, it drove so smoothly. It's incredibly quiet, and something about being really high, it just makes it really fun. Overall, you guys saw the interiors, and it drives.
How much does it
amazing as well.
cost? It's over $1 million. $1,250,000. They said it gets like 10 miles to the gallon or 11 miles or something.
All right, everyone, that's it for the tour. What an amazing vehicle. Throughout the day, we saw all the design elements, finishes, and the amenities that this motorhome offers. On top of that, seeing how smooth this vehicle drove on the road was really impressive. It was really quiet inside. I gotta say, I'm a big fan. As always, you can find more information about the vehicle and Dembel down in the description of this video, so make sure to check them out. And lastly,
hydrate.
Most expensive.
This is about the one house with Niall Miami. Let's see what the update is.
Residential real estate listing in America is making headlines yet again because the home has officially been listed for sale. An auction date has been set but keeps getting pushed out, and some of the heaviest marketing we've seen yet is being done on the property. The home is famously nicknamed The One, and this 105,000 square foot Bel Air mega mansion was built by the famous real estate developer Niall Miami. It took him 10 years to complete. The house is loaded with every amenity that you can imagine, and it's been ridden with controversy too, since the developer Niall ran out of money towards the end of the project, and he recently had to file for bankruptcy to avoid the home being foreclosed on.
And he went on what appeared to be coke-fueled rants on the internet about it, which was pretty fun. We covered that.
Today's video, we're just gonna run through all of the updates on what's happening with this infamous property. If you're new around here, my name is Scott. I'm a real estate developer myself out of Arizona. Here on my channel, we talk all things real estate, and I've been covering this topic pretty closely here on my channel since Niall started making headlines about 6 months back. I actually had the opportunity to tour this property,
Every amenity except coziness and taste. No kidding.
one myself before it hit the market with one of the lead contractors, so I know the home really well inside and out. I'll say this, I get why there's so much controversy surrounding the one. I get why there's so many people saying it's too big and it feels like a shopping mall and it feels like an airport and all of that. But with that being said, I'll stand by what I've said all along, and that is that this property really is one of a kind. And there's just...
Okay? Every shit I take is also one of a kind that doesn't inherently make it good.
something really fascinating and almost inspiring about this project. So I know it might not be everybody's cup of tea, but there's no doubt in my mind that it's going to sell for top dollar soon. Okay, so the first bit of news surrounding the one is that it has finally been official.
In a reasonable world, I would say people aren't going to buy it because it's a big waste of money. But we don't live in a reasonable world, and conspicuous consumption is a huge thing. This thing is going to sell. It's absolutely going to sell. Will it sell for the $500 million he originally wanted? I don't know. But it'll sell. And it'll sell for more money than all of us together. Like, it will sell for more money than every viewer I have will collectively have in our entire lives.
Officially listed for sale on the open market. See, while the home was always being built on spec, meaning that Niall Niami was building it solely for the purpose of finishing it, selling it, and making a profit, it had never officially actually listed for sale until recently. This place has been in construction for 10 years now. It's technically still in construction to this day. They don't even have a certificate of occupancy yet. So the fact that the one is officially on the MLS and listed for sale is a big milestone for this project. There are a few ways to look at the listing, but let's just pull it up on Zillow together since we're all pretty familiar with Zillow. So you can see right off the bat, the price is $295 million. That
his original asking price was $500 million, I believe. He put at least $300 million into the project last time we knew, so it's already being listed, at least at first, at a slight loss.
is a little less than what Niall was originally saying he lists this place for. He was originally saying $500 million, but this still makes for the most expensive listing in the United States. Let's flip over to this other tab really quick. I have this sorted to show any homes listed over $100 million in the United States. You can see here on the West Coast, we have a total of 9 listings, with the one here at the top for $295 million. Next most expensive home is this one for $250 million in Beverly Hills. I'm actually going to be doing a video about that project soon. Then we've got a few others at $160 million, $139 million, $127 million. You get the point. If I scroll over here to the East Coast, we've got a few more in the $150 million, $125 million, $106 million range in both New York and Florida, but nothing close to $290.
Why is there a house listed for almost $300 million in Georgia? It looks like a normal house. What the? Is that an error? Why? It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom, 2,400 square foot house in Georgia. Why is it almost $300 million? That had to have been a mistake.
$95 million. I guess the only exception is this random little house in Georgia showing for $295 million, but I'm guessing the listing agent just made a typo and this is supposed to say $295,000. Anyways, back over to the one listing. If you guys haven't watched my other videos of this house, you should check them out if you want more detail. It's located at 944 Ariel Way in Bel Air. The house has 21 bedrooms, 49 bathrooms, and it's sitting literally at the top of a mountain. I want to flip through the photos together really quick here because I think the listing agents did a pretty awesome job. So of course, first we've got this drone shot of the one. This is probably the most famous shot of the property. You can see the moat and all the different levels. And we've got this one. So over here, you're standing out by the running track looking over the moat and back at the property, and you're looking really at the main levels here. So you've got kind of the living room and the entry room and another living room all here in this shot. This is what you see right when you walk through the
They should just turn it into a club or an event center. They can't. It's in a residential area.
The front door, there's that pretty
It's not zoned for that.
famous statue that kind of spins. It's really cool. And then past the statue, you're looking out at the views. This next shot is one of the seating areas. There's like a dozen seating areas in this house. It's pretty crazy. This shot is of the office. This room is crazy. It's got like 25-foot ceilings and it's surrounded by water, which is pretty cool. Then here's the kitchen. To be honest, I feel like the kitchen is awesome, but it's kind of underwhelming for the fact that this is a 105,000 square foot house. But from what I understand, there's another kitchen that isn't shown in the photos. Here we've got the dining room with some views to the back and the wine storage to the left. Here you've got the cigar room, which has got a filtration system to filter out all the smoke, and there's that famous Playboy wall in the back. This is just a shot of the hallway. Here's the master bedroom, which is massive for one. It's like 5,000 square feet or something, and then it's got that swimming pool on the back side of it on the balcony with the acrylic glass panel. This room is crazy. Here's a few more shots of the master bathroom, one of the master closets. Here's a shot of that pool we were just talking about. Okay, so now we're down to the entertainment level. This is a really cool shot of the bar.
Is he the guy making the fit a chud? I think he's a real estate developer. He's not politically on the same page as you or I, but I don't think that inherently makes him a chud.
With the bowling
I would say he's very much a capitalist, but that doesn't inherently make him a chud.
alley in the background and the golf simulator there to the left. You've got that 4-lane bowling alley. Here's the pool table, which is just right next to the bowling alley. Here's the movie theater. By far the coolest movie theater I've ever seen. I've heard a lot of people say the same thing. This thing will sit like 50 people, and it is decked out with some of the best technology you can imagine. This is, of course, leading into the movie theater. You've got a little candy room.
Is this a leak of the new Squid Game season? Oh, they even, like, photoshopped candy into the candy thing. Badly.
This is a shot of the wellness bar, so this is really like another fully functional kitchen, to be honest, but this is kind of like a juice bar right now.
Why a bowling alley? Who bowls? Richard M. Nixon. Okay? He was a president, okay? So that's a respectable sport.
Next to the gym. This is also in that same region of the
I honestly like bowling. Unironically, I like bowling.
wellness center. You've got an indoor swimming pool, which is awesome. There's a shot of the gym and the wellness bar in the back. Here's the hair salon, which I haven't been really in very many hair salons in my life, but this is probably bigger and fancier than most commercial hair salons. This is a cool perspective looking down at the front door in the office and the water features around the front door. This is a shot of the primary swimming pool, kind of looking back into the main living area and the kitchen. Another perspective of the house from the lawn. And then there's a close-up of the city view. You've got views from basically every room in this house. So there you have it for the photos. This house is officially listed for sale. It's been up for sale now for a couple weeks, and from what I understand,
Richard Nixon, the guy Roger Stone has tattooed on his back. Yep. That's definitely what Nixon is known for, and nothing else.
there's actually been quite a bit of interest. The next bit of news that's been making headlines lately is related to the auction date. See, even though this home is officially being marketed for sale by the real estate agents Aaron Kerman, Brandon Williams, and Rainey Williams, it's actually also got an auction date set by a company called Concierge Auctions, who is the largest luxury real estate auction marketplace in the world. Concierge Auctions website goes on to explain that they have the most comprehensive database of high net worth property connoisseurs on the planet, and they are a great resource for buyers, sellers, and for real estate agents. Now, this is a very unique structure for trying to sell this estate. Of course, we all know that public auctions exist in real estate, but this is unlike anything that I've seen before. An auction date was set for this property originally for early February, but it's since been postponed and is now scheduled to happen between February 28th and March 3rd of 2022. Showings can happen before the auction, and the home can actually be sold before the auction too, and according to the listing, there's a representative on site daily for qualified buyers. Now, the fact that there even is an auction date set, granted it has been delayed, is a huge milestone in and of itself, because there are a ton of parties tied to this transaction who would all need to come to an agreement to move in this direction. First, we've got the developer Niall Niemi, who of course is still tied to the home on paper. Then there's Crestloyd LLC, which is a company that Niall Niemi owns, which technically owns the property. Plus there's the bankruptcy court, who's been involved ever since Niall filed for bankruptcy. Next, we've got somebody named Lawrence Perkins, who's a guy who's appointed by the bankruptcy court to oversee everything that's happening with the property. Of course, Los Angeles County is involved because the property doesn't even have a C of O yet. We've got a ton of debtors on the place, starting with Hankey Capital, who lent the project at least $115 million as of the last report. There's John Anglinoff, who threw $36 million into the mix. A company called Inferno Realty lent $7 million to the project. Another company called Maybach Corporation lent another $7 million to the project. Plus, there's a ton of
Who kept looking at this mess and throwing money at it and saying, we're gonna get our money back? Hydrate.
contractors involved who presumably are also owed a lot of money. You can imagine that the logistics of getting this house to market was a nightmare for the listing agents and everybody else involved when there's that many people who are tied to the decision of selling this house. According to a marketing video on the Concierge Auctions website, the house is listed for $295 million, but there's actually no reserve, which is pretty insane to think. That means that if this house does not sell prior to auction, it will definitely sell at auction. It's a pretty scary thought to think about this place going to auction with no reserve because there is kind of a stigma attached to the property. So if it ends up selling for a lot less than what they're expecting, that would be a huge bummer for a lot of the people involved.
Everyone needs to just
says that there's a 250
game theory this shit. Let someone buy it for a fucking $1. No one bid. Let one person who's appointed bid $1, and then they get the house. Just as a meme.
$50,000 bidder deposit required. So I guess that means that I probably won't be a bidder myself on.
Oh damn, you need a $250,000 bidder deposit. Okay, we're gonna raise $250,000 for the meme.
The day of the auction, but that's okay. And it also does say that the high bid is subject to court approval, so that might mean that even though there is technically no reserve, they're not gonna just let this property go for some crazy low price. If you're wanting to be a bidder of this property or any property that goes through the Concierge Auctions webpage, you're going to need to cough over a lot more than just the purchase price. They charge the buyer a 12% buyer's premium in addition to the purchase price.
What?
Which means that if you bought this house for, say, $200 million, you would need to cough up an additional $24 million just for the buyer's premium. So
why?
with the one officially being listed for sale and the auction date approaching quick, it's pretty obvious that these guys have ramped up the marketing quite a bit. Naturally, you've got Aaron Kerman marketing the property on his website, aaronkerman.com, and on his Instagram of over 375,000 followers. The partner agents, Brandon and Rainey Williams, are also doing the same thing on their webpage, williamsestates.com, posting all of the articles about the one, and they're also posting to their 168,000 followers on their Instagram page. But another thing that some of you guys may have caught on to if you've been following this story closely is that there has been 2 pretty major house tours done at the property recently. Now, there already has been 2 pretty comprehensive house tours that have happened here at this house. One of the tours was done by a popular YouTuber who goes by Producer Michael. He was the first person to post a video touring the entire house, then post it to his audience of over 1 million subscribers. This happened back in April of 2021. Producer Michael walked the entire property with the developer Niall Niami. He posted it to his YouTube channel in 2 parts. That video went crazy viral and it racked up over.
You bet no one bids. From what I read in an article before we started the stream, I think there are already 11 prospective bidders that are looking into it, so no. Again, like I said, in a reasonable world, no one would want this atrocity of a home. We don't live in a reasonable world, especially, you know, when we're talking about the exorbitantly wealthy.
For 10 million views as of the posting of this episode. Producer Michael's video honestly was pretty great, but it did create a little bit of a stigma around the property because as he walked the home with the developer Niall Niami, Niall shared some pretty wild visions that he had for the property.
I hope the city of LA, or I hope whatever, I guess I don't know, is Bel Air within the purview of the city of LA, or does it have its own, like, county board that deals with home stuff? Either way, I hope next time someone comes to them with, like, a building project to be approved that's this ridiculous, I hope they say no. What a shit show. It's LA County? Okay.
property, plus he didn't seem to be in the best mental state. A lot of people latched onto that house tour, and I feel like that's where a lot of criticism around this project started. Well, fast forward to August of 2021, and that's when I actually flew out to California myself to tour this property and give my perspective on everything. I met one of the lead contractors at the house. We also walked the entire property with a film crew, just like producer Michael did. We looked at all of the awesome tech features and details throughout the home, and I feel like my video gave what I thought was a really cool.
Tech features in a home tend to be a bad idea, like tech features that are built into a home, because they'll be outdated in 5 years, and then you have to rip it out and reinstall something new. Not a great idea. Daughter of Tiamat says, we're living in a material world, and I am a material girl.
Perspective. Since my video and producer Michael's video, there hasn't been a whole lot as far as detailed home tours up until now. The brokers who have this listing brought Ray Parisi from CNBC out in mid-January, and together they toured the house in a really cool way. First, they zoomed around on a hoverboard just to get a quick perspective as to where everything is. Then they talked in a lot of depth about the features of the home from a seller's agent perspective, which I
hate everything about what I'm seeing on screen right now.
Thought was really cool to hear. And remember, this is CNBC that we're talking about, so they came in with a huge budget and they put together a really impressive production that showcases the entire home in 4K in a 37-minute long video. The CNBC video already has about 1.7 million views and counting, so this is reaching a really big audience, and again, painting the project in a positive light, which is really important when you think about the auction date approaching in just a few weeks. Now, I thought that the CNBC video might be the last house tour that we saw in 944 Ariel Way, because once you've seen a tour of this property once, do you really need that many more? But just this week, another YouTuber, Enes Yilmazer, posted a full house tour to his channel of almost 2 million subscribers, and man, did he do a good job. If you don't know Enes, you guys have to check out his channel. He is one of the best, if not the best, around when it comes to luxury home tours. Enes and his videographer, Mikey, walk these luxury properties, and with Enes's background being a real estate agent, he has a really keen eye for picking out different details and design elements, which is one of the things that makes his videos so great. These guys are highly respected on YouTube because just like CNBC, they come in with a crew, very high-end camera equipment, and network-level production quality. And to be honest, with Enes's bread and butter being luxury home tours all over the world, it was always surprising to me that he hadn't toured the one yet. I just assumed like maybe he felt like it wasn't necessary since the home had already been showed off before. My guess is that just like the CNBC video, the listing agents probably had something to do with Enes coming out and touring the one and putting it on his YouTube channel. It wouldn't surprise me if they actually paid Enes to come out and tour the house, because this is the exact type of positive publicity that this house needs if it's going to sell for anywhere close to $295 million. The developer, Niall Niami, has been pretty silent on everything here since about 6 weeks ago, ever since he posted his last update in December suggesting that he would turn this property into a crypto token in an
He tried to turn the house into NFTs.
Effort to save it from auction. Unless Niall somehow comes up with a nearly $200 million that he would need to pay off everybody involved on the deal, he doesn't really have all that much of a say anymore, which is probably why we're not hearing a whole lot from him. If the house does end up selling for what they're advertising it for, though, in that $295 million range, my understanding is that since technically Crestloyd LLC is still the owner of the property and Niall owns Crestloyd LLC, that he still will end up with a cut of some of the profits. If the property does end up selling for that much, I think it's only fair that he does end up walking away with something for all of those years of hard work. We'll see if the auction happens here in a couple weeks as
why? He failed.
planned, and of course I'll be putting an update here on my channel with the results if it does. If you enjoyed the video today, guys, if you could hit that thumbs up button down below for me, it really helps me out a lot. And if you're into real estate videos like this one, hit subscribe before.
I hate that house. I really, really do. I'm so tired, sorry. Someone give me some sort of noun. Most expensive blank. Give me something that we can look up. Most expensive blank. It has to be something you can buy. Don't just say random shit. Toilet? Sure. Let's take a look at the world's most expensive toilets, because why not? We talk about the dumb stuff that rich people buy, so let's literally look at the dumb stuff they buy to dump their... It's in the first minute of the YouTube edit of this, so I can't say a swear word. Doo-doo. Let's see where they put da doo-doo. Adia Blue says pinball table. Later.
Some of the world's most expensive toilets are so valuable that they're worth more than the average American home. I don't even know how to feel about that, but your commode is
bad. You should feel bad about it.
Probably ceramic, and there are some toilets that are made of solid gold. Forget the...
Again, I've said this in other rich people dumb stuff videos. If you want a solid gold toilet, you should not be humored. You should be involuntarily committed and receiving inpatient treatment for your severe mental illness.
The fuzzy toilet seat cover. There's even a latrine with a diamond-encrusted seat. In Japan, there are expensive toilets with high-tech controls. And there's even a state-of-the-art bog on the International Space Station that's worth...
That's literally a necessity because you need to do the do in space. The gravity doesn't... They gotta suck it. They gotta suck it.
Worth millions. One of the toilets on this list is so valuable that thieves swiped it from a museum. Here's a look at the most expensive toilets in the world. The most expensive toilet in the world isn't actually on Earth at all.
This one shouldn't count. This one's for a practical purpose. I'm skipping the NASA one, because of course they need a specialized toilet in space.
Let's do a shopping list. This golden toilet is actually a work of art. The $6 million...
It's not. It's not. It's not.
Sculpture is a fully...
Could it really be said in the world then? It's in the atmosphere, I'll count it. It's within the purview of Earth's gravitational field.
Functioning toilet made of 18-karat gold. The golden commode was created by Italian artist Maurizio Catalan, and it was installed in the bathroom of the Guggenheim Museum in New York. Visitors could actually use the toilet while it was on display, and a special cleaning routine was put in place to ensure the toilet remained shiny and pristine.
Imagine you make minimum wage and part of your job is that you clean a solid gold toilet every day. Life's rough.
Unfortunately, if you want to see this amazing work of art for yourself, you're out of luck. The toilet was lent to Blenheim Palace Museum in the UK in 2019, and shortly after being installed, the golden toilet was stolen. Hey mom, look, I made it. I'm stealing golden toilets.
How do you steal a solid gold toilet? Wouldn't that be incredibly heavy? Like, isn't gold super dense? Nick says, seize the means of production.
Police had made numerous arrests, but the work of art has not been recovered. Some people even think Catalan himself stole the toilet as a prank. Well, that's actually funny. It's quite possible no one will ever see this toilet again in person. It may have been melted down and hidden somewhere in the countryside.
I do find it funnier, the idea that someone didn't steal it for money. They just have an obsession with wanting to shit in a gold toilet every day. So they just have it somewhere in their shitty apartment, just in the bathroom, solid gold toilet. Kippy says, the guy is literally never saying the title of the piece. LMAO, it's named America. Alright, now it's art.
Some people just can't get enough of gold, so it's no surprise that there's more than one gold toilet in the world. Hong Kong-based jewelry maker Hongfeng Technology created a stunning toilet to display in its showroom. The display featured more than just a gold toilet. Hongfeng built an entire bathroom out of gold. The toilet itself is worth $5 million, while the beautiful gold bathroom is worth about $29 million total. Jeweler and entrepreneur...
That is so ugly. Look at that bathroom. What are those tiles? No. That was a bad choice on his part. I get that, like, style is subjective or whatever. This is an exception to that rule. This is an ugly bathroom and he should be ashamed.
Lam Se-wing acted as the lead designer for the project, and he says he was inspired by Russian revolutionary and Soviet premier Vladimir Lenin.
What?
Might seem strange that something so lavish and capitalistic was inspired by communism, but Say Wing was inspired by one of Lenin's famous quotes. The most appropriate thing to do with gold would be to build public toilets.
Overthought says, Hannah says, suck it. I can't play a clip from The Office. I hate it.
If you ever get a chance to visit the Hongfeng Gold Technology showroom, be prepared to wear plastic covers over your shoes. All visitors must stick to this policy so the floors of the gold bathroom don't get scuffed.
Go fuck yourself. Don't build a gold bathroom, asshole.
Talk about a lavish lavatory. It may not be the most expensive toilet in the world, but Coronet's gold and diamond toilet is in the Guinness Book of World Records. The stunning masterpiece holds the record for the most diamonds in a toilet seat. The diamond...
Is that a record? Can we just make stuff up? Okay, here's my new Guinness World Record. Most beads. Most this color beads in a left hand while also holding a gavel. I did it! Guinness Book of World Records. You can just make stuff up. 80 Blue says, every day we drift further from the light of our Lord.
Diamond-encrusted toilet was made by jewelry manufacturer Coronet, and it...
Most Coke cans on a desk, oof.
Made its debut at
Hey, I only have 2 right now. I cleaned it off recently.
the 2019 Shanghai Trade Fair. The solid gold commode is adorned with 40,815 diamonds, and the rim is bulletproof. If you were thinking about putting this incredibly expensive toilet in your
because I'm very worried about people shooting my ass from the inside of the toilet.
bathroom, you're out of luck. Aw, Coronet founder Adam Shum said the toilet is not for sale. Just outside of Shanghai, China, you'll find one of the most eco-friendly toilets in the world. Moon Lake Sculpture Park is a restroom that's part of a 10,000-foot man-made cave. If you want to do your business in nature but still have your privacy, then this is the perfect place. $750,000 was spent to create the bizarre cave bathroom, and sculptors spent more than a year making sure everything was perfect. The rest of the area is
At least that one's built specifically to, like, blend in with the surrounding. Hydrate. And it's not just some ugly golden thing some rich jerk made for themselves.
so popular that 10,000 guests visit the park every year. Moon Lake Sculpture Park features one of the largest collections of sculptures in the world, so there's a lot more to see than just a cave toilet. Tokyo's Ginza district is known for luxury shopping and high-end sushi. After you partake in some 3-star Michelin omakase, you can head over to the Lixil showroom and test out the company's $130,000 crystal-studded toilet. Created as part of its Inex brand, Tokyo-based interior fixtures company Lixil created this stunning crystal commode to bring joy to the people of Japan. This luxurious
Why would that bring anyone joy?
loo is decked out in 72,000 Swarovski crystals and is truly a sight to behold. There are diamonds and crystals
I can't wait to pee all over it.
in plenty of Ginza shops, but this crystal-studded toilet is one of a kind. This toilet is fit for a king. The Dagobert wooden toilet throne by Herbeau looks more like a king's throne than a toilet. The bizarre toilet is inspired by King Dagobert, who ruled over a French dynasty from 629 to 638 AD. The Dagobert wooden toilet throne plays the classic French children's song Le Bon Roi Dagobert whenever the toilet seat is raised. That's a catchy song, too. The famous song tells the story of King Dagobert arriving late for a council meeting with his trousers on inside out. If you're having a tough time potty training your kids, this whimsical musical toilet might be the perfect solution, as long as you're ridiculously rich enough to afford one. When it's time to send your leavings down into the sewer, simply pull the flush chain. When the chain is pulled, a bell will ring, signifying that all's well in the kingdom. Maybe it's not the best thing if you make
Why? It's so ugly.
frequent trips to the bathroom in the middle of the night. By now, you're probably aware of how cool Japanese toilets are. We're stuck with boring old porcelain toilets in the West, but in Japan, the toilets are high-tech and futuristic. Okay, not all of them. Japan still has plenty of old-fashioned squat toilets. If you've ever had to use one, you know the struggle. Japan is known as a land of contrasts, and that's true when it comes to toilets. The complete opposite of a Japanese squat toilet is the NeoRest NX2 Japanese Smart Toilet. This $11,000 state-of-the-art latrine automatically opens when you walk up to it, and the toilet lid closes when you leave. You'll never have to worry about being yelled at by your significant other for leaving the toilet seat up. We've all been there. The NeoRest NX2 cleans your nether regions with a spray wand after you've done your business, and the built-in air...
Y'all should be closing the toilet seat no matter what anyway. You leave that seat up when you flush, you're just spraying everywhere. Stop it.
Dryer whisks away the water after you're clean. Forget the Lysol toilet bowl cleaner. This toilet cleans itself with ionized water. When you wake up in the morning, there will be no better feeling than sitting on a NeoRest NX2 as the seat is heated, leaving your buns nice and toasty. If you have $11,000 lying around, you might want to splurge and pick up one of these incredible toilets. After all, you deserve it. Did you know that the United States uses more toilet water than any other country in the world? The average American
We have big old American-sized poos.
and goes through 141 rolls of toilet paper every year. That's about $10 worth of toilet paper every month, or about 8 sheets per bathroom visit. The U.S. uses
I'm above average. Nick says the only useful smart toilet with a link. I can't play it. Why do you keep sending me copyrighted clips that I can't play?
1.5 times more toilet paper per capita than Japan. Those fancy toilets with built-in
like
spray
Better Call
nozzles
Saul,
really
though.
do make a difference. That's it, folks. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to this channel for more great videos.
Well, that's a waste. Don't buy gold toilets. Don't do it. The outside toilet from Bob's Burgers, yeah. Most expensive fursuits? Okay. This one's for the furries.
Fursuits, as you know, are extremely expensive.
Overthought says, ooh, no copyright here, free woo content, ooh,
And the reason for that is because an artist has to put their time, work, and a lot of materials into creating a custom product for the fandom. Now, my fursuit head alone right here, this was over $2,000. That's a lot of money. I'm not gonna deny that at all. That's a lot of money. However,
I get that the point of the sunken in eyes is to give that like portrait illusion where the eyes are following you. Creeps me out though. I don't like it.
pales in comparison to some of the fursuits that I have found for today's video. I'm gonna show you various fursuits, tell you the years they sold and who made them, so you guys can see how crazy, insanely expensive some of these fursuits have been. And if you stick around to the very end, there is 3 fursuits on this list that are some of the most expensive on the list. And by the way, they're owned by one person. One person. It is insane. They approached me right before recording this video and gave me information about fursuits that they have bought themselves, and I'm so happy they did because I had no idea. I don't think a lot of people knew how
It's interesting because this person's like fursuit head, like the jaw clearly kind of moves, but it's not moving most of the time. What's up with that?
expensive these fursuits were. It is crazy, but I will share that at the end of the video. Anyway, let's get to the first fursuit that I have found for you guys. Now, this fursuit here is Manuel Dog by Mixed Candy, and this fursuit sold in 2018. This
Why does that look vaguely sexual?
fursuit is, I mean, that is a handsome suit. I'm sure you've all seen Mixed Candy stuff by now, and like, oh, they are so pretty. I love Mixed Candy suits. There's just something about the look that they have that's so, yeah, I just love it. It's kind of like I had to get a one for all head because I just loved the way that the eyes looked. Well, that's kind of the same with Mixed Candy. I've always wanted one. I've never been able to get in their commission queue, but like, I can see
80 Blue says, as far as suits go, this is pretty top notch. I don't know anything about fursuits or fur stuff.
why someone paid this much. Now, are you ready for this? This fursuit sold for $17,127. Yeah.
$17,000? How long do fursuits last? Like, is that person going to use that for the rest of their life? Or they got to get a new one in 5 years? Like, how in the fuck are you spending almost $20,000 on a costume?
Yeah, $17,000 for this fursuit. And that is, that is a lot of money. There's a lot of things I could do with $17,000. However, I really can't blame them. This suit is pretty darn gorgeous. This was sold using the fandom website, The Dealer's Den.
They last for decades?
Until it finally ended at $17,000. And I'm sure Mixed Candy themselves were pretty excited about this because, I mean, that's a lot. And it's a lot of money for a pre-made. It's not even a custom commission. That is a pre-made. So that is super impressive. $17,000. Oh my god. Now I'm going to be talking about other fursuits in this video that didn't sell for quite as much, but they're still impressive. And some, by the way, sold for more than $17,000. Now let's talk about the most expensive fursuit in 2016. This, at the time, was the most expensive publicly sold fursuit, like a bidded on fursuit. I'm not sure about customs. There might have been way more expensive customs at the time that we don't know about. However, in 2016,
how do they get the eyes to track like that? The eyes are static. They're just sunken back in the head, and the eyes themselves are bigger than the eye holes. It's an illusion. I don't remember the name of the illusion, but it's the same illusion that haunted house pictures use to make it look like the eyes are following you. It's just an optical illusion, basically.
16, this suit sold for, well, let's show you the suit first. Here it is. And this is Sniper by Phoenix Wolf, who I'm sure you're very familiar with, actually made Telephone. So the person who made Telephone made this fursuit, which I'm sure added to a lot of the hype, because Telephone is...
See what I'm saying? Like, occasionally the mouth will open, but most of the time it doesn't. I don't understand what makes the mouth open.
Otherworldly popular. Now, are you ready for this? This suit sold for...
Unconditional Prong, thanks for 14 months, says, hello again. I was watching a movie, but figured I could make part of it, currently at 869 Blu-ray movies. Nice.
$1,575. $11,000 in 2016. That's 2 years prior to the most expensive one.
This guy doesn't know how to do lists. You gotta start at the bottom and work your way up. You don't just randomly put him in there. Earlier. Tubeman says, some fursuiters also just actually have digital eyes with eye tracking. Oh, that's... I don't even want to know how much that costs.
Oh my god, 11 grand for this fursuit. Whoa. Now, the bidding actually went up to $14,000. However, 2 of those bidders backed out, and it ended up settling on, you know, a measly $11,000. Holy crap. And you know what's funny? This is one of those times that I remember Twitter causing so much drama about the fact that people were willing to spend a lot of money on a fursuit. Like, a lot of drama and harassment and stuff. And it's like, now that it's been years, it's kind of just like, furries, really? Yeah, people are willing to spend money on pieces of art that they want, on characters that they will wear that are precious to them, and it's fantastic. Now, it's funny, in 2018...
Nick says, ooh, these suits cost a lot of money. Wonny. I hate you guys. I really do.
There's also another major fursuit sale. And this one was made by Made For You, which, again, Made For You makes beautiful fursuits.
I'm just gonna start playing Danzy for like 5 hours every time someone makes me read a fucking message with the weird furry speak.
Try to get slots. I've tried to get slots. I can't, okay? They're that exclusive. They're amazing fursuits. They've been around forever, and they've made so many characters in the fandom. And this slot on the Dealer's Den website sold for $13,500. $13,000 in 2018. Holy crap. 13 grand for a slot.
Okay, I think I'm already done with this guy. I don't find him to be that interesting. I do kind of find the concept interesting, just because, like, it's interesting to see how much money people pay for this shit. Oh, that one's head is unfortunate. But, yeah, I don't know. I don't like this guy's personality. No offense to him. I just mean as a presenter, not as a person. Tubeman says, check this out. What is this? Oh, are these the digital eyes? That's creepy. Ah. Hats off. Anti-pretzel, what would you like me to wear? And hydrate. Logarth says, mutually assured destruction. Okay, you asked for it. I said what I said. Nobody listens. Nobody listens to me, and I don't know why.
Hi, this is the 6th Trump cover song that Nancy Sings Big Singing Channel presents, Wrecking Ball. Please share, like, and subscribe to support Trump. Thank you. They cheat, they lie, our hearts ache. We were tricked, never asking why. We fight,
I have to punish chat.
we fell under their trap. A scheme no one could deny.
Chat's in on this together. This is like when one kid fucks up in school, in class, and the whole class gets punished.
Don't you ever say they can walk away. We will always want Trump. We can't live a life running for our lives. We will always want Trump. He came in like a wrecking ball. He never hit so hard in the swamp. All I wanted was to come equal moves. All they ever did was trick us. Yeah, they tricked us.
Okay. Have you learned any lessons? Let's not. Let's not. Princess Amelia says, you'll get tired of this before we do. Doubtful. H-Bird says, we learned that Hannah is a vengeful deity. Had I not made that clear prior? Oh god, what has Peter done now? What's today? Friday? No, we must stay on task. Rachology says, I had my reference headphones on and going through my hi-fi amp and I heard every crunch of that. So beautiful. Cries. Most expensive toys? Old enough to know better now says, have we ever done something most expensive that would be cool, like most expensive musical instruments? I don't think we have.
If you're so absurdly wealthy that anything in this list doesn't seem like some kind of fever dream and may look like something you'd be interested in purchasing.
Logarth says, as much as I love Matt Baum, watching one of his videos wouldn't even be a React video because they're so dense with talking and info. However, I recommend anyone interested in LGBT history and entertainment to watch all of Matt Baum's stuff. Morak says, most expensive Lego sets? I don't know, video games?
Then perhaps you actually do have too much money. I know that it's controversial, but there may be such a thing as having too much money.
Is that controversial? That shouldn't be controversial. Tons of people have too much money.
Have a look at the list and tell me I'm not right. From a mini vehicle carved from solid gold to an $8.5 million mansion that's too small to even live in. Here are 15 of the most expensive toys in the world. Number 15. Gold Lamborghini Aventador LP 704. It takes an optimist, or maybe even a chancer, to attempt to sell a model of a vehicle that's carved from solid gold for almost $7.5 million, before the thing's even been made. Now I guess that
it's not even a toy, it's just an obnoxious status symbol. Poetic Fox with a bunch of bits says, you know her voice isn't great and her subject matter is worse, but I always respect Dancy's confidence. You know, Princess Amelia says, probably not the most expensive musical instrument, but I found out about one called the octo bass recently that's impressive for other reasons. Oh my god. Look at how big it is. Bong the Ripper, thanks for 4 months as well. I just realized that it's my 4-month subversary and it just so happens to be my birthday. Oh, happy birthday.
German artist Robert Gulpin has a bit of the opportunist side in him, as he proposed the creation of a Lamborghini Aventador LP 704, except it was his own version that would measure 25 inches long and would actually cost 16 times more than a full-sized one. So in short, although the car would be made of gold, you couldn't technically
It costs more than the actual car?
drive it. It doesn't really sound like some kind of bonkers idea, then I don't know what does. Gulpin created an even smaller prototype version of the golden vehicle that he sent on a tour of wealthy places, all in the hopes of enticing a buyer to commission the bigger version. This little prototype is so valuable itself that it has to have a record-breakingly secure bulletproof display cabinet wherever it goes.
That's asinine. Mountain Megatherium, thanks for continuing your gift sub.
Let's hope that this is one golden carriage that doesn't turn back into a pumpkin at the stroke of midnight. Before we go on, like this video, smash the subscribe button, and click the notification bell right now, or this centipede will crawl on your face when you're sleeping. Number 14. Diamond Barbie. Jewelry designer Stefano Canturi was commissioned by toy makers Mattel to make the most expensive Barbie in the world. Quite the design brief, a basically blank check. The Australian designer spent 6 months working on the design for Barbie's special collar necklace, which has a unique pink diamond as its centerpiece. This piece
So it's literally just a Barbie doll that you put real-life diamonds on? Does that even count? Does that even count? Like, imagine if someone hired me to make the most expensive can of Coke in the world, and I literally just, like, glued a fucking diamond to it. I did it! Thanks.
of jewelry alone is made with white diamonds, which surround the emerald-cut 1-carat pink diamond, which is called Fancy Vivid, and comes from a diamond mine in Australia. Apparently, the rare gemstone alone is valued at $300,000.
I know Peter has a new video. We might do conspiracy stuff tomorrow, so I'm going to save it for that. I don't want to wait. Not that it would be a waste today, but I just want to save it for a full conspiracy stream so more people are there to watch it.
$1,000. As an agreed part of the scale, Canturi stated that all proceeds would go to the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. Whoever had the winning bid on the doll would receive a piece of jewelry specially designed by Canturi himself so that a human could wear the diamond. That's if Barbie will actually share, of course. You know, she can be such a diva sometimes. Kinda sad though in the end, because when Diamond Barbie sold at auction, she achieved a disappointing $250,000, much less than the original estimate. Still though, hopefully she made a good donation to a worthy cause, and Barbie got to strut her stuff. Number 13. The Masterpiece Cube. Usually, records being broken by Rubik's Cubes are about how quickly they're solved, but this Rubik's Cube is breaking other kinds of records. This is the world's most expensive Rubik's Cube, the Master Cube. Created in 1995 for the 15th anniversary of the original Rubik's Cube, the Master Cube was designed by Fred Coulier, a jeweler from Houston, in cooperation with his Diamond Cutters International. It took a team of 26 people over 8,500 hours to craft the jewel-encrusted toy. It has 25 gems on each of its so-called stickers. They used white diamonds, green emeralds, blue and yellow sapphires, red rubies, and purple amethysts, with this color replacing the standard orange on an original, regular Rubik's Cube. 25 gems on each of the 9 stickers on all 6 sides? That sums boggled my mind, but it makes up about 1,350 gemstones with a whopping 185 carats of diamonds. Oh,
so it's completely unusable.
Oh, and the whole thing is set in an 18-karat white gold setting, too. However, since the Master Cube is valued at $2.5 million, I can't really imagine it's ever going to be played with. Can you? Number 12. Handmade rocking horse. People have been building rocking horses for centuries. It's not uncommon as a gift for a child amongst many different cultures. Handmade rocking horses do often become a much treasured family heirloom and may be played with by generations of children to come. So what's so special about this particular handmade rocking horse? Well, it's only made out of solid ruddy gold, that's what. I suppose that when Jay-Z and Beyonce welcomed their child Blue Ivy into the world in 2012, she was destined to be on the receiving end of some pretty unique gifts. It does go without saying that this baby was going to be blessed. The rocking horse in question would be created by a famous Japanese jeweler by the name of Ginza Tanaka, after being commissioned by Blue Ivy's daddy, Jay-Z, for a massive $600,000. The couple's little girl would be given a beautiful and diamond-studded start in life, and despite the price tag, this golden rocking horse is certainly made to play with. Like all new parents, Beyonce and Jay-Z wanted only the very best for their baby, and
it's not even best. That doesn't work any better than a fucking normal rocking horse. I know, it's absolute narcissism. It's ridiculous. The idea that, like, you think your kid needs a goddamn solid gold rocking horse? Fuck you.
And when you're celebrity royalty, that includes gold. Lots and lots of gold. And why not? Number 11. Golden Monopoly set. So from a golden gift from doting parents to a solid gold board game, there seems to be a theme developing. I'm just guessing, but I reckon gold is fairly pricey. Although where I have no quarrel with a golden horse, there is something kind of obscene about this golden Monopoly set. Did you know that Monopoly the game was actually originally developed in 1903 by a political activist by the name of Elizabeth Maggie, whose The Landlord's Game was created to demonstrate how an economic system with monopolies will actually bankrupt the many and enrich the few?
I think she would vomit if she saw this.
It sounds eerily familiar, doesn't it? Then, when the game idea would be taken over by Parker Brothers, they dropped the aspects that showed that there were any alternatives to the Monopoly system, and the present-day board game that we all know, and apparently hate, was born. I'm serious, people. Monopoly turns friends into enemies. Then, back in 1988, of course this happened in the 80s, a jeweler from San Francisco had the bright idea to
Miracle, thanks for 7 months, says hello everyone, hi.
To create a 23-karat gold-plated Monopoly board. The board itself is gold, as are the title cards, the houses, the hotels, and the dice. There are diamonds, sapphires, and rubies embedded liberally throughout the golden game pieces. The $2 million Monopoly set was officially certified as the most expensive in the world by the Guinness Book of World Records. And the game made of gold continues to be about making all the money and buying all the land and bankrupting everyone else. Wow, such fun. Number 10. Astolat Dollhouse Castle. An $8.5 million mansion boasting 29 rooms across 7 stories, including a wine cellar, a grand ballroom, a bar, and a music room? Standard expensive house stuff, I suppose. But hang on a moment. Even if you can afford to buy it, you're not going to be able to live in it. But with such a high price tag, if you could afford this house, perhaps you could also get yourself a
Meek says, remember Coach Red Pill? Remember how he lived in Ukraine to escape the degeneracy of the West? Oh my god, does he live in Ukraine? Holy shit. I hadn't even thought of that.
Drinking, Ray, and make yourself tiny
How'd that work out for him?
Enough to move in. What's that you say? This house is not for you. Unless, of course, you're a couple of inches tall. This is the Astolat Dollhouse Castle, and it's the most expensive dollhouse in the entire world. Handcrafted in the 1970s by master craftsperson Elaine Deal, the Astolat dollhouse is stuffed with luxury, albeit miniature items. There are no IKEA cupboards in this building, thank you. Amongst the many treasures on display in this diminutive castle, there are literal antiques, fancy furnishings, and actual oil paintings. From seeing these pictures of it, you would think it was a stately home, perhaps a Downton Abbey for dollies. It's a real work of art in its own right. Just think of all that dusting, though. Number 9. L'Oiseleur, the Bird Trainer. The title of world's most expensive doll has been liberally chucked around in reference to L'Oiseleur. Tricky to say, but translates to the bird trainer, so I'm gonna call it that from now on, thank you. But this doll is no Barbie. It's creepy, like a doll, obviously. Its eyes just seem to follow you around, like a doll. But hang on a minute, its eyes are following you around. This is an automaton, a feat of precise and delicate engineering, and just so happens to also be doll-shaped. Created by Christian Bailey in a Swiss workshop, the bird trainer automation is 4 feet tall, dressed in Renaissance-style clothing of velvet and silk, and a face of porcelain.
At least this one was like an actual artisan piece that took time and skill to make. It isn't just another thing made of fucking gold.
With glass eyes. It also carries around a flute and a sword. So far, so doll-like. But it's what's inside the creation that makes the bird trainer so special. This thing is built with about 2,340 metal parts. These are spring-driven cogs and gears that make the automaton move. The whole system has no power source. It's completely driven by a sophisticated wind-up mechanism that runs the doll's multiple movements. The incredibly labor-intensive process of making this doll, as well as the enormous craft and skill required to design such a complex automaton, have drawn fans of this particular art form since its earliest creations way back in the 14th century.
Radiology says, so the formula is this: 1, commission something. 2, the artist you use should be one where the market has already overinflated the value of their work. 3, make it out of solid gold. 4, never use it because it's too valuable, but show it off to cameras to own the pores. Basically, yeah.
Nowadays, collectors have to be able to dig pretty deep to afford one of these guys and take it home. The bird trainer? Well, it's available for the bargain price of $6.25 million, although once you've seen him, he may stay with you forever anyway.
I'm with Dr. Jones on this one. It belongs in a museum.
In your nightmares. Number 8. Original G.I. Joe action figure. The most famous soldier of all time, G.I. Joe is also the most expensive action figure that's ever been sold. In 2009, the original G.I. Joe prototype from 1963 would be sold at auction for $200,000. This prototype was developed by a guy named Stanley Weston. Think that he even came with a box. Number 7. Nintendo Wii Supreme.
That's not a Nintendo Wii.
As hard to come by as a PlayStation 5 might be, even this whole
Bitch, I have one.
holy grail of consoles will be out.
Now I'm flexing on other people.
Out of date and passé in a few short years' time. And given the speed at which gaming consoles come and go in and out of fashion and, well, obsolescence, it seems somewhat reckless to cast any of them into solid gold. However, someone, somewhere, always has to take things a little bit too far. And in this case, it was a British designer by the name of Stuart.
No, I borrowed the Wii. We have the borrowed Wii from Broha. I was talking about the PS5. Anti-Pretzel says that thing would melt at one session.
Hughes. Back along, Hughes was famous for dipping all kinds of electronics in gold. The guy was a regular gold finger, going around gold plating stuff like iPods, mobile phones. And in 2009, he decided that next on his list would be a gaming console. Although I guess that back then the Nintendo Wii was the obvious choice, I'm not sure how it's weathered the test of time though. Do you still have one? I mean, I do. Anyway, Hughes spent 6 months creating the Nintendo Wii Supreme out of 2.5 kilos of solid 22 karat gold and 78 diamonds. Only 3 would ever be produced. And they were sold at the bargain price of £300,000, nearly $500,000 US. So I wonder how the most expensive gaming console in the world has fared in the last decade or so. Is the fate of a golden Wii the same as a regular one, or was it just money tittled down the drain? Number 6. Shemansky soccer ball. To To commemorate the 2010 World Cup in South Africa, some bright spark named Szymanski, a jeweler out of South Africa, decided that a soccer ball encrusted with diamonds was exactly what the tournament needed to make it sparkle. But just try to kick the thing. That's gonna hurt twice. Once when you break your toes on the diamond hard exterior, and secondly, when you're wrestled to the ground by security. This insane and utterly impractical football took a labor-intensive 3 months to make, as it was studded with 6,620 white diamonds, 2,640 black diamonds, and it was all worth a striking $2.5 million. What a bargain, and so useful. I mean, why not just give me 2 of the things? Hoping to catch the eye of some of the world's wealthiest people, the jeweler then also produced replicas of the diamond ball made with less pricey crystals, and these were auctioned off to raise money for South African charities. So if you were dazzled by the shiny disco ball, you could indeed take one home as a souvenir. However, I still wouldn't take a chance on kicking the replica. Number 5. The most expensive teddy bear. It seems as though putting the Louis Vuitton insignia on literally anything is like a license to just print up money. So when historic German teddy bear manufacturers Steiff fix platinum for 250 grand. Anime and all the associated
Fucking Gundam. Okay. I'm done with that.
Mom cats are amazing.
I'm pretty tired. I had a blood test today, and I was really stressed out from going to the doctor, so I think I'm going to end the stream a little early, just because I'm feeling tired, and I'm feeling like I'm not giving you guys a very good, a very good time today. But I'll be back tomorrow with some better stuff. Let's see who we're gonna raid. Is Surus still doing the thing?
Sure.
Okay. Okay, we'll raid Surus. Alright, have a good night, everyone. I'll be back tomorrow, probably for tinfoil stuff. I will see you all then, hopefully. I'll be better rested by then. Wait, did that not work? Hold on. Have a good night, everyone. 6 seconds till the thing lets me do it. Alright, see you guys later. Have a good night.